In the morning when I rise, give me Jesus.
Good morning. So yesterday we saw who a real Jew is. We're talking about the chosen people of God. See, in the Old Testament, the Jewish folks were the chosen people. Well, it wasn't about being born of the blood of Abraham. It was about having the faith of Abraham that made you a true Jew. And we saw that yesterday in Romans chapter 2. Verse 29 said, "He is a Jew who is one inwardly. And circumcision is that which is of the heart, by the Spirit, not by the letter. And his praise is not from men, but from God." See, God praises his chosen people. You and me, children of God, he loves his kids and he praises his kids because he's proud of us and he's pleased with us. And that's the reality. And so his chosen people are not those with the blood of Abraham. It's those with the faith of Abraham. You believe on Jesus and God is pleased with you. Well, we're going to look at Jewish people again a little bit here today. We're going to start chapter 3 in Romans and read the first 4 verses. Then, what advantage has the Jew? Or what is the benefit of circumcision? See, talking about the law. Great in every respect, Paul says. First of all, that they have entrusted with the oracles of God. God has entrusted them with his ways of behaving that would give you an abundance in this place. Verse 3, what then? If some did not believe, their unbelief will not nullify the faithfulness of God, will it? Well, let's talk about that. If the Jewish people did not believe, were they saved anyway? Well, I want to show you in Hebrews, the author of Hebrews, and I don't know who it was, but we think it's Paul. I think it's Paul. It sounds like Paul. And I want to show you the last verses of chapter 3 and the first couple verses of chapter 4 of Hebrews. It says this, "And with whom was God angry for 40 years? Was it not with those who sinned, whose bodies fell in the wilderness? And to whom did he swear they would not enter his rest, but to those who were disobedient?" So the ones that aren't saved is those disobedient sinners. Now look at verse 19. "So we see that they were not able to enter his rest because of unbelief." See, unbelief has always been the issue. The chosen Jewish people, they were told the truth of the gospel. They were told the love of God, and they didn't believe. And so they perished in the wilderness because they didn't trust God. That's always been the issue. And so back in Romans, verse 4, chapter 3, verse 4, "May it never be. Rather, let God be found true, though every man is found a liar, as it is written, that you may be justified in your words and prevail when you are judged." Oh, let God do the talking. Put your faith in God. Let God live his life through you. See, that's salvation and that's the truth. So back to Hebrews for just a minute, chapter 4, and I want to read the first couple verses. "Therefore, let us fear if while a promise remains of entering his rest, a promise of salvation, any one of you may seem to have come short of it." You don't want to miss the mark. You don't want to come short of salvation. Look at Hebrews chapter 4, verse 2. "Indeed, we have had good news preached to us, just as they also. But the word they heard did not profit them, because it was not united with faith in those who heard it." See, we have to trust that God is true and every man a liar. We have to believe God. We have to follow God. And so, when you put your faith in Jesus, You are declaring, I believe what God said, that sacrifice was to make me clean so I could be united to God. And now I'm his child. I'm his chosen people, those who are of faith. It's always been like that. We see it in Hebrews, and we see it here again in the beginning of chapter 3 in Romans. I look forward to getting with you again tomorrow. We'll look at some more of how those who believe on Jesus are justified and made righteous and united for all eternity to the one and only true God, who is life and who is truth and who loves you unconditionally. So I'll see you tomorrow. God bless you.
Give me Jesus. Give me Jesus.